All right, welcome everybody to Central Texas College. We are excited today to be able to have our panel of faculty actually ready to roll so that we can actually talk to you about a lot of the opportunities that we're going to have this summer, as well as some of the things that you can expect so that you know what to expect this summer. You have the opportunity now to talk to your faculty members and ask them any burning questions you might have. We have them online to answer anything that you want to know about how classes are going to be conducted, what are the things that you need to know, so that you're prepared for your class, and not just in the summer, but going forward. But right now, we're really, really excited about the possibility of be happening in the summer, how things are going to flow, and this is your chance to actually ask the questions, get clarification. So I'm going to ask the panel of faculty to introduce themselves and tell us what department you work with, what classes you teach, and then what is the one thing students or potential students should know before they actually start their classes so that they can be successful. And so I'm going to have Dr. Reese start.
Hello, I'm Angela Reese. I am a faculty member and online manager for the Business Administration and Paralegal Department. That department also represents Homeland Security, accounting, hospitality, logistics, and we are here, real estate, and we are here to help and serve you whatever you need. The number one thing that I would like to tell you, and you just might hear this again, is that talk to your faculty. You need to make sure to communicate with them, be open with them. If you have questions, don't sit and wonder. Some of you are typically used to sitting in the classroom, and maybe this online situation for you is a little scary, a little nerve-wracking. We understand that, and we are happy to help you through. We will answer any questions you have about the course or even Blackboard, how to get started. So I just urge you, whether it's one of my classes or if you don't take any business classes, which of course I hope you do, just make sure to stay in touch with your faculty members. We are here for you. If you sign up for us, each faculty member is going to be handling that a little bit differently. Some will use some recorded presentations under PowerPoint, so they'll upload some audio. Others will host online meetings such as WebEx, and others will use Collaborate and Blackboard. So just make sure to, as always, read all of the instructions, which that's the syllabus. You always want to read the syllabus to make sure that you understand what is expected of you. And again, don't forget to ask questions.
All right, Dr. Weggert, thank you very much to Dr. Reese. Dr. Weggert, can you please give us some of your wisdom?
I'm Dr. Weggert. I'm the co-chair of the Science and Agriculture Department. Main thing to keep in mind is when you're taking these online classes, you have to be a little proactive in addition to communicating. So you've got to do some of the work and try not to procrastinate. Try to get it done at least a little bit ahead of time so that when you have questions, you can contact us. That communication is key in this. We don't get to see you all, unfortunately, so we can't tell from your facial expressions if you're not getting something. You need to contact us and let us know, and you need to make sure you do this in enough time to get an answer back before you have to take a quiz, a test, submit homework, or whatever.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Professor Lyles, can you share your wisdom, please?
I don't know if I'm long on wisdom, but I'll talk. I'm Matt Lyles. I teach in the math department. We offer all the math courses that you'd ever think about taking. at our school. The math department for now, and so that you know, even though we are not allowed to be in our physical classrooms, we are live streaming our classes. So we are doing it through Blackboard. There's a thing called Collaborate. You don't even need to download anything on your computer. You just hit connect, and there's your teacher right there. You can see their face. You can interact with them. You can talk to them. You can chat if you don't have a microphone. And it's a live interactive experience. I know that a lot of people are scared about trying to learn math from a book. So being able to interact with your instructor is fantastic. And we are there and we are doing that at the regularly scheduled times. So it gives you a little bit of structure in your day. Yeah, that's going on for now. But to echo what some of these other people are saying, communication, communication, communication. I would like to add, and they're going to look to me to be the one that says this anyway, email. We have a thing at CTC called Eagle Mail, which is basically student email. It is how your faculty will communicate with you. They communicate two main ways. One of them is through email, and especially because you can't be in the physical classroom right now, email is important. The other thing is in Blackboard, we use announcements. Announcements there, anything coming up, we push things there. And a lot of times when we create an announcement, we'll send it as an email as well. So if you're checking your email, you will always know. Don't just blow off the email as like, yeah, whatever, it's not that important. It is, especially now when we really need to communicate. Also, be aware of when you look at the syllabus has due dates and all kinds of exciting things, expectations. Read that, know when the due dates are, put it on a calendar, organize yourself somehow. It looks different for different people. Some people like a paper organizer or calendar. Some people put it in their phone. You be you and pick what works for you, but be aware of those due dates because it's on you to make sure you're keeping up with stuff, especially because the teacher has a limited amount of opportunity to sit there and say, hey, by the way, we have this due date coming up. Make sure you get it going on. So pay attention to those things. I guess that's the wisdom I have.
Hi, thank you very much, Professor Lyles. Professor Waddle, can you please add your wisdom to this?
Yes, so my name is Bobby Waddle. I'm the graphics and printing instructor over at the Industrial Technology Department, the Skill Center, or Kate Center, formerly the Skill Center. So in our department, we have, welding, automotive, diesel, carpentry, HVAC, and automotive. And so all of our stuff is competency-based, self-paced. And we are going along the lines of like this flipped classroom model where we're going to do the core sites, not regular Blackboard, but core sites, which is a sister of Blackboard. So we're going to have a lot of assignments and homework that's going to be done on there first, and then you're going to have a lot of hands-on activities to do in the lab. So everything that you do for our skill center classes are going to be scheduled so we can maintain our safety guidelines. So, important thing to remember for students that are in our self-paced program is you have to be diligent and make sure you follow up with things. If you have questions, you have to reach out and ask for help because we want to help you guys. So just because you have to do your homework online doesn't mean you can't come into the lab at all. You just need to call your instructor and say, hey, can I schedule some lab time? I need help. I don't understand. And you can schedule some time to come in and we can help you work through those things. So a lot will definitely be more computer-based than you're used to, because everything you used to do was, you're going to be here in the lab for 5 hours. Some people come in for, 3 to 5 hours. So now, half and half. But we're here for you. We want to help you. We can't wait to have you guys back. And, reach out to your instructor and, ask for help.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I already have a question in the Facebook, so I'll go ahead and ask that. As faculty, why should students come take classes at CTC in the summer? You need to unmute yourself because I muted most of you, just so that you know.
Well, summer courses are they're a great way to get a little bit ahead Two, unlike the regular semester, most people in the summer only take one class, so you can focus a lot more on one topic, especially if it's a topic that you find a little difficult. Sometimes a summer class is a better option because you're not distracted by 3 or 4 other classes. You can focus on just that one class. Also, they tend to have slightly smaller class sizes, and the instructors are typically only teaching one class, maybe two. So it's a lot easier to get a hold of your instructor when you need help, and usually easier to get a little bit more one-on-one time if you need extra help with that difficult subject.
Chime in here, Maricela, and say that also that CTC is a great cost saver. For a lot of students who are taking classes at other schools like University of Texas, Texas A&M, or whatever, they come home for the summer and they need to fulfill a part of their degree plan. CTC is a great place to do that at a significant cost savings. Even if you're just starting school, if you just graduated high school, if you're looking to start a career, CTC is a great place to start and get some things built up on your transcript and get your degree plan underway at a significant cost savings to you. And as Dr. Dan said, the classes here are a little smaller during the summer, so the attention from the faculty is probably just a little bit greater, and you can meet the needs of your wallet and also of your education at the same time.
I would like to add to that. I just wanted to add to that consistency. So you get into your routine, you get into your schedule, and sometimes when you get off of that schedule, it's very difficult to get started back. I speak from experience. Throughout each of my degree pathways, I took a little bit of a break, and each time I came back, it was harder to get restarted. So if you continue on, you don't have that desire to want to take a longer break.
Perfect. Anybody else have anything to add to that comment or question? No. All right. So let's see here. I have somebody who is letting you know that CTC, he's a CTC graduate, and this was a great school. Thank you very much, Kevin, for the feedback. We're excited, and that's great that you're letting us know that you had a good experience here. So thank you. One of the other things that I wanted to kind of discuss was maybe, there's a lot of things right now that are up in the air. What might be good ways maybe for a student to figure out, maybe contact a faculty member before the classes begin? What would be, is that something you might recommend if somebody has a question as to how things are going to be taught? And you can unmute yourself and say something. I think Matt has something to say.
Well,
I guess I'm in. Yeah, like we've been saying the whole time, communication is really what makes this work. But really, one of the big things that responsibilities as a faculty member is to answer student questions, whether they're your student or not. It does not matter. Ask a faculty member. If they don't know, they will go find out. We want to answer your question. We want you to succeed in whatever it is that you're trying to do, whether that's going to finish your path at CTC or transfer from us and take credits elsewhere. We don't care. We just want to help you learn and grow as a person. And so ask questions whenever you have them, including before a class starts.
And as you're searching for classes, even if you haven't completed your application yet, you can go online and you can search for the classes that we have. Once you find the class that you're interested in and see who the instructor is, all of our email addresses can be found on the departmental web pages. So if you're interested in business, for example, you could go to the business department's page, and then you will see a link for the staff and also a link for faculty. And from there, it will list each and every one of us as well as our contact information. During this time, the quickest way to get a hold of somebody is email, while our phone numbers are all listed. Like you, we are modifying our work schedules and working remotely a great deal. So you're welcome to call, but it might just be a delay in a reply to you. So I would suggest email.
I would like to say, just for the industrial tech side, is definitely get a hold of your instructor or get a hold of our office assistants. If you go to our industrial tech CTC page, you'll find the information there. So, because everything for us is self-paced, so every student is going to start on a different day, will have completely different schedules to other students. So please don't hesitate to reach out to our office assistants, because a lot of right now our industrial tech instructors are on a summer break. So we will be back in June 1st, but we're still checking our emails and, checking our voicemails and everything. Some of us are still going to be working remotely during the break, but some have already had made plans, months prior. So please make sure you contact your instructor and our office assistants.
I was going to say basically the same thing. We've got a few faculty that have already planned vacations. They've got things they want to do during the summer, and they're not teaching a course. So contact the department secretary or administrative assistant. They're going to be able, if you can't get a hold of the instructor, they're going to be able to at least give you information about what classes are being offered, and they can put you in touch with someone who can try to answer your questions. It may not be the exact instructor you were wanting to take, but it may be somebody related, or it may be the department chair who kind of knows what's going on as far as the schedule. But the administrative assistants are your best bet, because even though they're not physically here on campus, they are checking their email and they are working every day. So they're going to be one of your best resources to make sure you get in touch with whoever you need to talk to. Also, if you're not certain, call whichever department you think that course falls into. And if it's not within that department, they can get you in touch with whoever you need to talk to related to that subject. A good example is geography. A lot of people will come to the science department with questions about geography, but geography is in a whole nother department. So if you contact us, we can then get you in touch with that department and get you the information you need.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I have one other question online. It says, how do students go about, I'm guessing it's about getting books and access codes for our online courses?
So there's several different ways you can do that. And we want to make sure, as I'm sure you're realizing, as we're talking through each of the different departments, one of the best things to do is make sure that you contact the instructor if you have questions about what exactly you need. But our webpage does have a place that you can go and you can look up all the course materials that you need, so you know what the course materials are required for that individual class. And then oftentimes you can even purchase the materials you need through the class. So it really depends on what you're taking. I'll reference business since that's my department, but what we do is we use a lot of Cengage products. And so you're able to either purchase the book, the hard copy, and you can do this online from our bookstore. It also comes with an access code. So if you're one that likes that hard copy book, you can do that and order it online through the CTC bookstore, or you can order the ebook through the bookstore, or again, through our class, you're able to purchase the book as well. So that's how it works for our department.
I'd like to add to that on some of these products, if you, not to diss on our bookstore, but sometimes you can buy the product directly from the publisher and save a few dollars. So if it's coming out of your pocket, then for instance, Cengage and Pearson and some others, there's an option right there when you register where you can buy it directly from them as well. Also, a lot of these give you a 2-week free trial. So if you don't have to have it set up day one of the class, you can still get started with the materials and be active in the course, even though you don't necessarily have all of the whatever the materials or licenses or whatever you need. you can get the online component going and registered and get temporary access. And then when you have the opportunity to go ahead and get your access code or whatever it's called for your particular product, then you can go do that.
I just want to add, I do recommend that you contact the department, because with this shift to online, especially in the science department, most of our classes were never online before. So in order to accommodate having to teach a little bit more online, some of our materials have had to change. So contact the department and double check to make sure that what's listed on the website as required for this course is what's still required, and that hasn't changed any. Unfortunately, the paperwork to get things changed, it takes a little while to go through and to get everything updated. So especially with summer coming up, double check with the department so you know you're getting the right material and not getting something you don't need.
Awesome. I do have one other question. And it talks about placement tests for out-of-state students. How can they get placement tests for out-of-state students? And I'm not sure if any of you know, but if you don't, I have an idea. But I'm gonna try to see if the faculty knows about placement tests, and if not, I'll go ahead. Nope. Okay, I'll take that as a no. Right now, placement testing for the advising, it has been, we basically, normally what we use is what's called the TSI. And if you're out of state, there are some other tests that are sometimes accepted. Because we understand that not everybody is in Texas, and the TSI is a Texas-specific test. However, right now, if you're out of state, you should contact the Eagles on Call, and it's via email, and it's eagles.oncall, I believe, at ctte.edu, and I will go ahead and, if not, get you some more information. Matt has some information. What is it?
It is Eagles on Call at ctcd.edu, and they are fantastic. For any question that you have, contact them. They are excellent.
Thank you, Matt, for the clarification, because I was not sure. But yes, so you can email them, and they will actually set you up based on whatever class, depending if it's like a math class or if it's an English class. They will go ahead and help you figure out how to actually get in on that class. If you have a test already that might be able to be used, they will go ahead and try to use that to help you be placed in a class. If not, then they have other ways that they can guide you through to help you be guided to what is the best class for you to take when it comes to English or mathematics courses. So
Eagles on Call also has a chat feature on their website. If you click the chat feature, that might give you a little quicker response than the email. So it won't be an immediate response, because it's not like chat one-on-one, but it goes right to an Eagles on Call rep, and they're able to get back with you probably a little bit quicker than they would by email. So go to the CTC website, look up Eagles on Call, and click the chat feature. That will definitely help you out.
thank you. I have another one. This one might be for Dr. Weger, but it might include some of the other ones. I have somebody asking, how are labs, and they put specifically bio, working online?
Right now, for the summer, our labs have had to go online for the most part, just because we're not sure when we'll be able to bring anybody back face to face. So we're kind of planning for online. There are a number of publisher materials that allow us to at least do most of the lab type of activities in a virtual setting. But it'll depend on the specific lab course. For the fall, we're hoping to come back more as a kind of a hybrid, where we do what we can online, but try and get you back into the lab a little bit to teach those things that you really need to be there for. Some of our courses, you just said bio, so I don't know which biology in particular, but anatomy and physiology and our microbiology courses, are required for the nursing program. Both of those have certain tests and certain materials that you're expected to know when you finish that course that are very difficult to do in an online setting. So those especially, we're trying to push for it to be more of a hybrid style so that those really key hands-on activities we can do, and then shift as much as we can the stuff that you don't have to physically be here for, we'll let you do at home, and kind of limit things that way. But a lot will depend on what the administration decides as to when we're allowed to bring students back, what restrictions we have. There's been talk about the social distancing and keeping space between students, which will make the labs a little tougher to coordinate just because the lab rooms are small. But right now, we're not 100% certain. Most of the biology classes that I know of, they have I believe it's mastering, A&P, and I believe the non-majors biology uses something called Hayden McNeil Labs. Those are online platforms where they will give you assignments, and each one will be a little different, but in general, you'll go there, and even if you can't physically do that lab, it'll kind of walk you through how that lab would have gone if you had been able to be here. So it gets you as close as we can with the limitations we have. But right now, kind of the key is trying to make sure everybody stays safe. I don't know. I know math, I think, and I guess business will have some lab too. So
For business classes, the primary one that we have that would have the lab setting is our hospitality classes. And so if you're planning on taking a hospitality class, what they are doing for the summer is they're limiting enrollments to 9. So make sure to get signed up and get your spot reserved and paid for, of course, so that you're able to have that seat, because it's, again, limited to 9 per class, and that's so that you're able to maintain the 6 feet distance. They will also be following all of the CDC guidelines, and they will also be providing face masks as well.
To add for our labs that we have for industrial tech is we're also, same thing that everybody else is doing, maintaining the social distancing. But we're also, just know that we're going to wipe down all the equipment, all the computers, all the machines, everything that a student touches, a faculty member touches, it gets wiped down as soon as the student is done, as soon as we're done training. And that's another reason why we schedule our students, is to make sure we have enough time in between students, that everything is sanitized, and it's clear and ready to go for the next person.
Awesome. Thank you. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
We
good.
can.
My computer froze a little bit, so I can't see you all, but I'm guessing you can hear me at least. Great. So I do have some questions about how the financial aid and VA process is working right now and how long everything takes. So I don't know if you guys have answers to that. Angela, could you please address it?
I do not have any information on that and how that's being processed right now.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking at a delay. I thought I saw your thumbs up, so I apologize. And I think it was a delay. Anybody have answers?
I know that the financial aid, has posted on the webpage that it's up to 2 weeks delay. However, I know that the best way to get a hold of financial aid and the VA department is to go to the CTC website, go to their page, and click on the live chat, and you can talk directly with the financial aid technician or a VA representative, and they will respond back to you.
Eagles on Call is another way as well.
Yes. So that's another. That's probably the best answer we can give you right now. Is to contact them via their chat, and that's the fastest way of getting a hold of somebody.